you were mentioning something about business over the phone, about partnership.
Like I said, I wanted to see how you guys felt since we last spoke on our last offer. As you know, like I guess you guys said, you had a potential other opportunities and offers that you were exploring. So I'm
That's
just
right.
curious how the talk with Lang at Cypress Flats went.
Damn.
Let me ask you, how do you think it went?
All right, now we were listening.
What you mean?
I have eyes and ears everywhere. The
Well,
entirety of the conversation was revealed to me.
well, what do you think about what you heard?
How do you think I should feel?
I want you to tell me, Mickey.
I can't. I was bluffing. Didn't actually hear anything.
Well, you might have heard
so
some.
scandalous.
You might have heard some stuff to your liking, and you might have heard some stuff not to your liking.
You held on that. You know how many people will just yap if you give them the opportunity? Man, I'd get you there. But we do know that you were meeting with them, which, by the way, is no problem to me. But again, I have to assume that in our meeting, you tell us that you have other opportunities that you're exploring. Conveniently, after that, a meeting with Lang Buddha and the Sanitation Union in Cypress Flats. I can't ignore these things as we seek out partnership with you, so...
Well, how does that make you feel, Mickey?
Ooh, jealous? No. Maybe, a little.
No, I don't mean about jealousy or anything like that. I mean, how does it make you feel about partnership?
Oh, I'd still seek to be partners with you all. Again, I don't know what it is that you necessarily want. But I would say this, a partnership with the Sanitation Union and a partnership with us, ooh, that could get tense.
The truth is that we have been a really great relationship with the Sanitation Union since day one. Since the first day we came to this city. Our business parallel each other in many ways. A lot of our way of operating mirrors one another. They were extremely instrumental in backing Stelio Lambros. May God rest his soul. I'm talking about one of ours that ran for mayorship. Very few people did that for us. Very few. They did. That is just one little piece that they've done for us. Now you guys likewise.
That's, sorry for the interruption. That's completely fucking useless.
What you mean? It was big for us, Mickey. We were so
Same
close.
Same thing I told you. Maximilian Thoroughbred would win as soon as Vivek Ramaswamy was disqualified.
But second
Could have been
place.
tight between the two.
Second place means something too.
Second place in the mayoral run? I don't even know who took second place in any of the times I ran for mayor.
A guy named Michael Simon.
Oh, Michael Simone? Oh,
Yeah, that guy.
wait, he wasn't running for mayor against me. Oh, are you talking about now or?
No, I'm talking about the last fucking mayoral election, Mickey. Number 1 was Maximilian Horsebread, and number 2 was Michael Simon. Number 3 was Stelio. By just like 6 votes, man, he lost out. May God rest his soul. We'll never forget him.
I thought his name was Michael Seaman.
Well, what I'm trying to say, Mickey, is we've always been on good relations with them. We've always been on good relations with you guys. And we've kind of been stuck in this weird spot in the middle ever since you guys started trading bullets. And we've been just watching, just hoping that all of it comes to a peaceful end, which the other day when we spoke, you said water was on the bridge, and it did.
Like I said, we're no longer at conflict. Though, granted, that's... But you want the honest truth?
I do.
That's...
Always.
Well, so far from our first conflict, we've seen that Paul's ego might actually be able to be tamed. I can't say the same thing for Lang Buddha's.
What do you mean by that?
The conflict ended because I wanted it ended.
You know, Mickey, when I met you yesterday, I had a funny feeling that you were responsible for peace. You specifically. And when I brought it up, I mean, you did what a good friend would do, and you passed the accolades to your partners.
Yep.
But now I'm sure it was your doing, and I think it was the right move too.
Yeah, of course it was the right move. For what it's worth, Jean Paul also knows it's the right move. I also, in my heart, believe that Lang Buddha knew it was the right move. And while I might have a giant ego, my ego isn't so fucking inflated like theirs that I'm not able to, you know, tuck my tail between my legs and actually bring about the correct choice when egos are involved. I can't say the same for either of them.
Mr. Lang doesn't strike me as somebody who... Or rather, I should put it this way. He strikes me as somebody who can accept defeat in times, accept that he's lost and move on and cut his losses. Isn't that contrary to what a big ego is? Now, granted, I only known him for a short amount of time.
I don't think that's an apt description of him.
Really?
I can listen. You know what? I'll tell you something. I don't like speaking ill of other people if they're not here, so I'm not going to badmouth Lang. I'll say the good. I'll sing praises for him. He's done wonderful things in the city. A tremendous leader, but to deny that he has some degree of an ego,
This is such a cool story beat, man.
and especially when that ego conflicts with an ego like Jean Paul's.
Whenever the truth comes out for Jack, he's gonna be like,
Listen, it's not about me speaking bad behind his back. That's
Like-
just a reality.
like Jack doesn't know
But I'm
what.
pretty sure a lot of
we
people in
know,
the
you
city
know?
know.
So tell me, where do we go from here, Mickey?
Well, I won't pry into the details and the dealings of you and Lang and the sanitation union. But like you said, that was a partnership that you'd established very early on. I am not opposed to continuing our talks of partnership with you, despite that. Like I said, if it's good business, we continue good business.
Exactly. His was a partnership that we secured early on, as was yours. And I won't say secured, I'll say built. Now there's so many different avenues, so many different prospects and ways to make money in certain endeavors in the city. And I'm sure that if we came together, we would make do with great success on a lot of those endeavors.
I'll tell you something.
Weed not being one of them.
I can go to the other executives. I could tell them all this. They would be extremely skeptical, but with a little bit of distance and maybe a little bit of discomfort, they could move forward with a very fruitful and mutually beneficial partnership with you and your operation. The question is, Do you think you could go towards laying in the sanitation union, and would they offer you the same?
But what is it that we're being offered here, Mickey? So far, it's just been a lot of vague, you know, just a lot of vagueness. There's a lot of ambiguity. Nothing is for certain. So a man can't say yes to an uncertainty when he doesn't know what he's saying yes to.
Full assistance in your weed operation, and additional assistance when new technologies are developed to help you carve out whatever your next adventures are.
Is that something that you want to offer, or is that something that the company as a whole wants to offer?
Company as a whole.
Well, it's just more than just you and the company, Mickey. I'm asking, is this something that you want, or is this something that the rest of them want?
I'm pretty sure another executive, Benji Ramos, was here and offered kind of the same thing the last time we spoke. In fact, we even asked you guys explicitly what you wanted out of this partnership. We dove into all this. The idea that you guys wanted to open up into agriculture and herbology, we would assist you with that. And then the future, we would mutually help each other achieve whatever business endeavors either party wanted to go down.
I'm gonna be frank with you, Mickey. I'm gonna be straight. When we spoke yesterday, the day before, again, it was a lot of vagueness. And a person has a hard time saying yes to a vagueness to help. We don't quite know what that means. But let's just say that as far as agriculture, we are now set on that front. Without any vagueness. With a lot of clarity, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's unfortunate to hear. I think the any degree of things not being vague would have required us to actually have the partnership before we unveiled all that. We keep our cards close to our chest. I suppose if you were promised very material things right up front, we would we choose not to do that. We rather make sure people are in agreement before we divulge our secrets.
Which is completely fair, and it's a very smart way of moving. Keep your cards close to your chest. Mickey, I do have a question. I know that you guys have been working with Jack and even Willow for a while, but I just mean this question in general. What do you and the rest of the company see in us? Why are you guys so determined, or why do you guys want to work with us, I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
I think it's simple. We saw potential in all of you. You also assisted us probably at the most pinnacle time with us moving out of the trailer into a house. We wanted to build that partnership further, work with you, and elevate you all into whatever operations you wanted to seek. When it comes to things being vague or not, let this be clear, Jack. We weren't vague when we helped you out after you got robbed. We weren't vague with our intentions to absolutely destroy and obliterate the people, the scam squad that attacked you. Who, I mean, by the way, haven't been in the city since, so you're welcome. Those actions are not vague.
So, with that said,
When it came to additional opportunities, we offered you the chance to develop agriculture and herbology under us. Obviously, it was weed. We spoke with you about what you specifically wanted with that. We even asked you exactly what you wanted. You guys told us, hey, for now we want to build out those operations, but in the future, maybe it's not weed, maybe it's something else, to which we said, sure, we'll do that. It probably won't conflict with the end pursuit of the company, which to this day, I still don't think it will.
you know, Mickey, ever since, like I said, when that happened, after that little spat with OTT, like, again, all communication just came to a grinding halt. I was told to stay in my lane. I was told, you do this, you do that. This is what your lane is, stick to it. Since then, nobody contacted me, nobody fucked with us, nobody did business with us from the company. Now, that soured a lot of people, and again, that favor that was done to us, a helping hand that was done to us, was held over our head, and again, now it happens, and it stains that good move. But since then, we didn't stop operating. We kept on moving, we kept on building. I'm just saying. And before you had the conversation with us yesterday or the day before, there was a very big offer put to us very bluntly and openly, with all the details included, a very, very good one. That was before we met. I'm just saying. No one here has ever lifted a finger to harm or do anything ill to the company. As a matter of fact, when they got a call from the company, they dropped everything that they had and rushed to make sure that they were taken care of. Before we had that conversation, several people offered us very explicit things, clearly, openly. I was also told by members of the company that, listen, we fuck with you and Jack, the rest of your crew, we don't really give a fuck about them. And that's just the honest truth, Mickey. Are you aware of that?
In the last meeting,
Are you
what
aware,
occurred with OTT?
Are you aware,
aware
of,
of
that,
what?
though? Him telling me, you know, I had OTT tell me, look, Jack, you and Devon, we respect y'all. The rest of your crew, quite frankly, we don't really give a fuck about. We don't care about them. But I care about them. After that little spat with OTT, there was everything it just dissolved, man. There was no communication, no nothing, no business, nothing. But I had to still look out for my crew and my family and grow.
Well, in our previous meeting, I had higher hopes of this. You said that little spat was bridge under the water under the bridge. Forgot which one. It appears that the river is flowing quite strong and that bridge has been burnt.
What I'm saying is, we were over it. It's not something that's harboring a resentment. But what I'm telling you is, after that moment, we just stopped dealing with each other. We wondered many times, man, like, look, we don't, there's just no business going back and forth no more, no communication, other than Benji.
We were in the middle of a conflict, and the person who manages all the business stuff was in Japan.
I understand.
Predisposed, unfortunately.
Tell me what you
Bad
what
timing.
What
Bad
would you have
timing
done
for
in our
all.
shoes? What would you have done in our shoes, in my shoes?
Well, I don't think you're making the wrong decision. It all depends what you want.
What everybody wants. A nice piece of the pie for myself, so we can eat. Not the table scraps and the crumbs that fall on the floor.
I think working with Lang Buddha will get you a very nice piece of the pie.
What will working with you bring?
We wanted to help you bake your own pie.
You think that's impossible? with Lang?
No, not necessarily.
I don't want to press him because he's in a rough spot. This sucks, man. I don't want to like go for his jugular. I really like him, man. This is
Well, I mean, now that we all know, we what the decision was, what the decision is, moving forward as far as business, like you said in the beginning, Mickey, that I, hope that bridge isn't burned. But whatever happens in, future time, I guess we will see when we get there, huh?
Of course. To be very clear, when I bring this to the other executives, I'll make it very clear that we want to continue to do good and honest business with you all in the best relations possible. However, beyond that, I don't see us being able to help much more.
Tell me, if we decided to get into agriculture, and be honest here, ourselves, we said we don't need your help. We're going to be doing it ourselves. Tell me, would you be soured?
No.
If
Listen, I'm not.
No.
You guys have your own operation. We have ours. That's totally fine.
If I said, you know what, we appreciate the help, but we got an offer from Benjamin Franklin, we're going to go with him. Would that have made you sour?
Listen.
Or is it just
our
Lang
name?
that's
Our
making
namesake
it
is the
sour?
our namesake is the company.
Mickey,
You
look,
guys had a competing offer.
when we had that offer, there was no competing offer.
I think there was.
But there wasn't. I'm telling you factually.
I can't know. I mean, you probably won't divulge exactly what they offered you, but I would be surprised if it was that different from what we had discussed with you all. Maybe we didn't have specifics ironed out, but that was something that we wanted to wait upon before going through.
Mickey, in comparison, you can almost say that nothing. We discussed nothing. You guys and us, in comparison.
I don't know what you, Lang, and them discussed. I know that we discussed your guys' interest in a grow operation. I also know your interest as a crew to be more than just lumberjacks, more than just possibly weed.
I can tell
Venture
that.
forth beyond that.
I can tell that the news you're hearing right now is disagreeable to you. Now, my question is that because it involves Lang Buddha?
I think it would be disagreeable regardless of who it was with. We very much wanted to work with you all.
There was no offer given. This is juicy, man. They're so good. Mickey's so good, man. This stinks. What do you see in us now? What do you see in me? You see an enemy? Be frank.
No, I don't view you all as enemies. I think you made the decision you had to make.
That's not true. I made the decision I wanted to make.
Sure. I know other associates of Lang's who also made the same decision.
How so?
They forgo the opportunity of building their own empire to join his. I saw it 6 years ago because I was the one who did that.
They don't know, like, the particulars of the deal.
I
we
know
had.
it all too well.
Wait, are you saying you were a part of it?
This is sick, man.
I worked very closely with Lang Buddha many, many years ago. I have nothing but utter respect for him. In fact, I would even argue that some of my best decisions that I make are because of him. My worst decisions are because I didn't listen to him enough.
You know, it was their fault that they were too closed.
But it's because of that that I also understand. You will get a very big and delicious piece of the pie. I'm trying to bake my own pie. Oh, it's not as guaranteed. You never know. Maybe the oven overcooks. Maybe it comes out cold. Crust is too dry. There's so much more in baking a pie than just getting a piece of it, but it's so much more fulfilling.
That's right. And when y'all are baking a pie, we're in the other room, just getting sniffs, not really even knowing what is actually cooking. I didn't know until that conversation that we had through you guys that you were even involved in agriculture. Nothing was ever revealed to us. We've been in the dark completely. Only thing we know is
The
we
best
drop
chefs
off.
don't give away their recipes.
Sure. But that wasn't the case in other places. We were not left in the dark. Things were offered, so we were able to make a decision.
And I don't blame you for that. Again, no bad blood over any of that.
The truth is, I really like y'all. That's a fact.
We like you all too. I know Benji in particular will be disappointed here.
I want to tell him motherfuckers like this guy opened the entire door, like told me all the details to everything, but I can't divulge that because it's not his business. It's our business now with Lang.
How do you think the others are gonna take this information?
Disappointed, but understanding.
No, small, show me small setup. Tell me, what's your favorite type of pie, Mr. Sinclair? I want to say humble pie. That would be a fire line.
Probably banana cream.
Never heard of that one.
That's a fucking damn good choice. Shit. Maybe we did make the wrong decision, Jack. I'm fucking around.
Listen, gentlemen, I don't think you made a wrong decision. There was no wrong or right decision for you to make. You made your decision, and I encourage you to stand by it.
Not only are we gonna stand by it, we're gonna stand on it.
You let me know if you got anything else you want to talk about, Mickey.
Of course. Do stay in touch, all of you. On a personal note, I enjoy our company together, and I've enjoyed our meetings. We'll continue to do business.
All right.
Just a phone call away, Mickey.
Of course. Good day, gentlemen.
Take care.